Okay, in this lesson I'm going to show you how we can get together a demographic profile. And the way that we're going to start doing that is by downloading a web extension called SEO for Chrome. Now if you're using another browser, I'll provide you with a link to a similar extension. But for this lesson we're going to use SEO for Chrome, and I've gone ahead and installed it already. And when it's installed, you'll go ahead and see it in the right hand corner. Now for the example in this lesson, I'm going to use entrepreneur.com. And when we go ahead and go to entrepreneur.com, we're going to click on SEO for Chrome. And it's going to open up a whole bunch of stuff. But the things that we're really only interested in for this point in our campaign is the area called traffic. And it's going to report to us 3 websites. Most marketers are familiar with at least one of these, but the 3 we're going to look at are Alexa, Compete, and Quantcast. So these websites do all kinds of crawling around the web, and they're going to report information about traffic and demographics, and that's what we want to use in our research. So the first one is, we'll go ahead and go to Alexa. The great thing about this web extension is that we don't have to go to each of these websites and manually type in the website we want to look up. It automatically pulls it up once we click on it. So we'll see here it went to audience. And this is what we want. This is the information we're looking for. And we can see here that 25 to 34 is the biggest served audience. And we're going to get information about gender, education, children's status, browsing location. And there's going to be a lot of other information in there that we can use later. But right now we're just getting together our demographics. So let's go back. We have a general idea. You would be making notes if you were doing your actual demographic research at this point. And we'll go ahead and click on Chrome SEO again. And we're going to go to Compete. Now, I'm including Compete in this lesson because I want to teach all 3 websites at once. Compete essentially is not going to give us much information about demographics in our research right now, but it's going to give us an idea about how much traffic is going to that website. Now this traffic is only US based traffic. It does not give us global traffic. And we can see here that the unique visits for this month at entrepreneur.com is 571,000 plus or minus. It also has something like an affinity score that Quantcast has, which I'll explain in a minute, and we're going to see similar sites to entrepreneur.com. So we'll go over there. And the reason that we like this is if we're doing competitive analysis or we're trying to get a demographic together, we're going to see here similar sites. So these are sites that people are more likely to, that are surfing the web, go to that are visiting entrepreneur.com. And we can go to these websites and do demographic profiling as well. So going back, you know how to use Compete. You have an idea for getting demographic information from Alexa, and we're going to go back to SEO, and this is going to give us more information about traffic numbers and demographics. Quantcast is the most comprehensive. Okay, so here we are for entrepreneur.com on Quantcast. Again, it's going to give us some traffic numbers just like it did in Compete. And here you're going to see a conflict. The numbers are different, right? Okay, so we have to keep in mind that the numbers are not going to be exact, but this is going to give us a much better understanding of what kind of traffic that they're getting than we would if just we were throwing darts at a board. Okay, we're actually getting some information somewhere between 500,000 and 759,000, give or take. You know, it could be on the high end, closer to 1 million, or it could be under 500,000, but you never know until you check these numbers. It could be a website that's a complete ghost town and it would report back as 0. Here we're going to get our demographics. So we're going to check this information, just like we did the traffic, against our other site, Alexa. And you're going to see here's a little conflict right here. But I'm going to guess that the majority of the traffic is not under 18 going to entrepreneur.com. But the next majority served population is the 18 to 24 and 25 to 34, just like Alexa was reporting. Whether or not they have children, income level, education level, race, those are all things that are good to know. Now, Here you're going to see audience also likes, and this is that affinity score that I was talking about. And that means that a visitor is 63.1 times more likely to visit the Small Business Administration than they would another site on the web. So that's going to give us some more websites to go ahead and take a look at and get some demographics together, and we're going to have a much better idea about who is visiting the sites that we're wanting to analyze. Let's recap the lesson here. We started out in the Chrome Web Store. We downloaded SEO Chrome. If you're not using Chrome, you can use another extension in your browser. Once we got SEO for Chrome installed, we went to the website where we wanted to get our demographic information, and we used the SEO extension to open up Compete, Alexa, and Quantcast. And using those three websites, we started compiling information about the site traffic and the site demographics. So let's get going on that information, guys. You have all the tools you need. There's only one thing left to do. Let's get started.